Trace your family tree back to its roots and meet your ancestors. You should get to know them. Without them, you wouldn't be here. They harnessed fire and battled nature. They braced for extinction and discovered their soul. They invented tools, mastered speech, and created art. They explored the unknown and settled the continents. From a two-legged beast eking out an existence, they evolved to plant the roots of civilization. Man is the ultimate survivor. How we made it is the greatest story ever told. Your story begins in a world you wouldn't recognize. 8 million years ago, our planet suddenly cools, and water is locked in the poles. A vast ice cap turns much of Europe and Asia into a frozen wasteland. In the drought-stricken tropics, life struggles to survive. In Africa, the forests that shelter the great apes shrink. Some adapt to the wide-open savanna and take the first step toward mankind. They stand up. 4 million years ago, they disappeared. In their place, Australopithecus, the first primate with bones for walking that are like ours. But he's a scavenger in a world made for predators. Then comes Homo habilis, the handyman, inventor of tools, the first true representative of humankind. Evolution changes him into the discoverer of fire, Homo erectus. In geological terms, this is your father. Africa, 400,000 years ago. Homo erectus is a man on the move, foraging for roots, berries, and small game. He covers up to 30 miles a day. The lifespan of erectus is brief. He's lucky to make it to 30. Death baffles him, but it doesn't move him. It's just a body. He knows nothing of souls. Burial, spirit, afterlife. These are the notions and customs of a later species. The earliest known burial sites are less than 100,000 years old. More than likely, Erectus left his brethren for nature to dispose of. Erectus is the first man to make nature work for him, not against him. He has learned to make primitive shelter and can turn stones into tools. But Erectus has a one-track mind. Food. The need for protein shapes his world. He can hunt only enough meat to support a small band, several adult males, some adult females, and a scattering of children. The village, that bastion of civilized societies, lies beyond his reach. Erectus stands taller than his ancestors, about 5 feet 10 inches on average. He has smaller teeth and a bigger brain, and he's starting to use it. Today, the clan's males follow fresh ostrich tracks. Erectus is learning the habits of the animals that share his environment, the sign of a skilled hunter. To bring down larger game, Erectus is learning to cooperate and communicate, if not comprehend. Erectus is not yet king of the beasts, but he's on his way. He's likely the first man to make weapons, a spear hardened by fire. But his greatest weapon is his growing brain, twice the size of his predecessors. Despite the foul-up, the hunt ends well. For Homo erectus, it's a good day.
Homo erectus was a remarkably successful species which could make stone tools such as these, which we call hand axes, held in the hand and probably used for many different purposes, for cutting, for chopping, for digging. Indeed, it's a multi-purpose tool. They've been called the Swiss Army knife of Africa.
Erectus will thrive for 1.5 million years, yet remain a creature of habit. He spends his day searching for food. If he acquired speech, it's likely primitive. Certainly, he's no deep thinker. His body is changing. It's less hairy. Insects plague his skin. Erectus may be the first man to wear clothes, but no one really knows. In the mild climate of Africa, he could get by without them. If Erectus did wear furs or hides, they would have biodegraded long ago. So the fossil record is bare. After walking, fire is his next great innovation. Homo erectus is now an omnivore. His growing brain burns energy 10 times out of proportion to its size. Protein and fat are his best fuels, and cooking makes meat easier to digest. Culturally, Erectus is a Philistine. He can't draw, paint, sculpt, or compose. His life is hollow, empty of the art that enriches the soul. Music lies all around him, the melody within a reed, the rhythm within a rattle, but it waits to be drawn out by a better man. In his hard-scrabble world, Erectus may have unearthed one modern concept: beauty. While digging an animal trap, perhaps Erectus discovers a stone that catches his eye.